All right. All right. I see you and I see me. That's great. Black Mirror. Which one? I've seen. I think just about all of them.
I think it's like the newest season where it was the one episode was, I think the wife like dies or something, and they give her like a brain implant that keeps her alive, but she has to like stay tethered to her house
Yeah.
or else it'll like shut off. And then they keep offering them like a better subscription tier. It's like, oh, if you want to go 90 miles away, you have to get this subscription tier.
Yes, yeah, that was a throwback actually to some of the earlier Black Mirror episodes. The earlier ones were so much more raw. I feel like they made it more accessible for wider audiences. But yeah, those like I'd say the first at least 2 seasons of Black Mirror were some of the most powerful episodes.
Yeah, they were really good. That's why I like the new season a lot. There were a couple stinkers, but the Loch Henry one, where it's like the white dude and his black girlfriend go to like the countryside in like England somewhere, and they're doing a documentary about some guy that like guards eggs or something, but they actually uncover that the guy's mom was working with her husband, who was the town sheriff, to like kidnap tourists and torture and rape them in their basement and shit, and they have all tapes of it and shit.
That was another good one. That I think they were probably realizing that as the anthology was going along, it was starting to become too safe. So they had to do stuff like that. That would have been something, I think, in the first 2 seasons. So I really like that one too. Yeah, if you recall the first 2 seasons, there was that we're going back to like 2016, 2017 probably. They had that Christmas episode. It was a Christmas special where it starts off inside of a cabin, but it's just a facade, and it turns into like how that technology that's cross-referenced throughout the series incorporates cloning people, and that you could have what are the ethical implications of your clone if it's subjected to torture, because here you are living in real life, and then you have a clone of you that's inside of a little snow globe that's trapped there for 600 years inside of a snowy cabin with some dude, and it touched upon like that meta. That I like the meta stuff, of course, but that can go a little bit be a little heavy-handed. But in that episode, it does it so well. If you know what I mean.
That's the one that's like a 3-parter, right?
Pretty much. It does build up to it, because by then you would be more familiar with the series, like the themes that were introduced. There was that episode about the memories being captured at all time. It was an implant that it recorded every second of your life, and all you had to do was just hook it up to like some device that you could stream it to a TV. You could invite people over, and you could be like, here's everything that I've been through, and then you could go through it like a video editor.
That was a really unsettling episode for me. That like they're like, the guy you can't lie, because then they can say, oh well, just show us what you did on the TV. And like I remember that being like a specific part in the episode where they did that, where like something happened and then he goes into the party and somehow it gets brought up and they're like, well, just show us. And I was like, wow, that's fucking like, that's really weird to think, like, to be put in that position. And I think we're kind of like there right now with like even like everybody's doing everything on camera and posting it online.
Yeah, that exhibitionism will only go so far, because you could filter who you want to, show stuff to. Like if you're posting on Instagram, you could hide your stories from people. If you're talking to someone on, whatever, it's not even just Instagram, but you could do like a private mode. You could delete stuff and it'll say, like, well, it'll be deleted on your end, but not from the other person's end. Then it creates this whole like trust, scenario where it's like, what if, that person wants to blackmail me, and then it's like, don't get involved with stupid shit.
Yeah.
Sounds easy enough. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, except, as you would know, we were talking about AI, and I've messed around too, doing like satirical deep fakes where I would put my girlfriend with one of like the actors that she was currently obsessed with, and it's like, that seems fairly plausible to a certain extent. And depending on how good you are at manipulating it, you could take a picture of something in your home. You could take a picture of your girlfriend, you could take a picture of like another person, and use the picture you took of your own home as the backdrop for that generation to make it more plausible. So now if you want to like fuck with people and or accuse someone of like infidelity, it's gonna be weird, especially with that.
I've seen a few of those that people are like will play pranks on their girlfriend. She'll be like at work and he'll be like, babe, the fucking maintenance person showed up and it's a girl, and they'll like AI generate like a sexy girl into the bathroom fixing the sink or something like that, and then they'll be like, oh, she's taking her shirt off and all this stuff, and it's just like, I've seen it as a prank, but I've never even like thought about somebody doing that like maliciously.
Well, here's the consideration, right? So you could do that as a joke, but now what if you're caught in this, not saying you particularly, just a general you, as in people who are in relationships, and then someone's cheating, and then you go and say, well, the other person's like, no, that wasn't real, that never happened, it was AI. But then how do you know for sure? That's going to get even trickier as well, because then you could use the inverse of that to say, well, no, that was AI, that wasn't, and it was real, but you're using AI as an excuse now.
Or you AI generate a picture of yourself somewhere else. Be like, see, I was here at the time. Like, I don't know. That's where I was. I was at Disney World. I don't know. I was not out cheating with you.
I did not hit her. I did not.
I don't think I've ever actually like watched The Room fully. I've just seen clips of it. I've seen like the clips, the one clip where he like walks into the store and he's like on the phone.
I don't remember, but I know there was something like he just the fucking person just has a corded telephone. Like, here, use this, or I don't know if I'm remembering.
just randomly out of nowhere.
It wasn't a cell phone, no. It was like one of the like vintage corded telephones. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about all of that except not the cemetery, man.
Yeah, let's let me switch this over.
Wait.
See, this is already good.
I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it to have such cinematography.
Hold on a minute, Frank.
Yeah, this has like an old, like the 90s kind of like grain to it, but it does feel more like modern.
It was made in 1994, but it did have a good funding behind it if you look into the credits.
What the fuck? I did not expect that.
This movie wants to tell you it's not afraid to show guns, because I was talking about this recently, that there's a lot of horror movies where none of the people have guns and they just rely on police to come and solve it, and it's like, nah, man, someone needs to have a gun. This movie
or there's got to be one, like if you're in a haunted house, you're telling me there's no like hunting rifle there, like on display.
Well, if there were, the people in the movie wouldn't know how to fucking use it.
That's true.
Speaking of snow globes, yeah, there's one kind of like the
I was
black.
just thinking the same thing. That's a soundbite right there. Nagi.
He doesn't communicate very much. He doesn't. When he does, he doesn't do it well either.
There's something about like the like vocal quality in these old movies that I love. And like the further back you go, like the black and whites, like the Twilight Zone, like the vocal quality in that, there's like some sort of grit to it that I love.
Yeah, I've been shouting at you for hours, Nuggy!
Yeah, it's a vocal fry. It makes the trebles very high.
Kajini.
Yeah, you might want subtitles for some of the names.
I always just put subtitles because it's always a gamble on whether or not the person who was mixing the audio did a good job or not. Sometimes I watch TV shows and the score is so much louder than the dialogue.
Yeah, I don't know why. They actually do it to sell sound bars and sound systems. So you're forced to use surround sound, and one of the vocals, like the dialogues, were panned to like, something that wouldn't sound good in stereo, but would sound good like maybe 5.1 or 7 point whatever.
I never even thought about that. That makes so much sense as to why the audio is mixed bad on some of these like videos I find.
Yeah, that's
that makes so much sense.
It sounds like bullshit, but not that it sounds like bullshit, but I would tell people that when I had to sell home audio stuff. I'm like, yeah, if you at least get a 3-channel sound system, sound bar, see what happens when you forget the fucking gun.
Oh yeah, this is sick.
So it combines the Evil Dead with something that nobody asked for. Everyone thought, okay, we have the Evil Dead, we don't need another like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah. What a concept! Like, people don't make movies with such like simple concepts anymore.
Yeah, that's important because you'll see that demonstrated a lot later on. And a good reason to own a gun. 7 days,
Yeah.
They come back as zombies, the returners. The location that was picked for this, it's memorable. If it gives me a reason to rewatch it, I want to see it for the imagery, the scenery.
This is like a scenic, like a wine. What's it called? Where they grow the grapes.
Oh, a vineyard?
A vineyard, yeah. Just like that kind of openness, and then you turn around and it's like this dingy mausoleum.
Yeah, they don't make them like that over here in America, do they? Or if they do, not in where I've been. Upstate New York is just a bunch of like rundown graveyards.
Yeah, it's all headstones. There's a couple mausoleums.
Oh, the Smallwood.
In Smallwood, but I don't know about like in Monticello, like any graveyards over there.
No, you're blessed with that Smallwood cemetery. I remember going there and liking that. And the
I feel
mausoleum.
bad when I was like younger. I go over there and like light off firecrackers. Shit.
Well, if you ever
Like-
saw the fucking Return of the Living Dead, do you know that one?
Yeah.
It was set in the 80s, and they come back as like these rave rocker zombies.
Yeah, I think I saw that one first before any of the other ones. My friend had it on DVD. I don't remember though. I don't I only remember like the beginning. That's a nice shot with the ropes whipping back too.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard of this movie before. It has a lot of memorable cinematography. So I mean, like I said already, it's simple really. You want a good movie, just have the film needs to communicate like two fundamental things. It has to communicate the message like in a cinematic way with the cinematography, and it has to have good symbolism. But like
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't heard of this either. I know, like, if I would have seen the cover, I would have clicked on it, like, because that cover like screams out to me.
Yeah, I think like to expand upon the idea, if you have a good setting, that gives it this the symbolism more character. You know, like you could have amazing symbolism, but if it's like shot in a generic location, who gives a shit? We don't want to see that. It's generic.
Yeah, that's kind of like the charm sometimes of those like B movies that are like borderline softcore porn. They got like a fucking big titty blonde bimbo playing like a super heroine role, but it's just like shot in a park somewhere.
Well,
And it's like
okay.
all bad.
I was just trying to sound intellectual, I guess. Like, yeah, cinematography.
No, I definitely agree with what you're saying, but I can see from the other end of like making use of what they have on such a low budget.
You're not going to be looking for highbrow symbolism necessarily with those films.
Yeah. That's where they got the DNA for that Stranger Things kid. They cloned that guy.
That's fucking bizarre. That's so. I didn't even notice that. That's him. I'd give it another 20 years. He's gonna look like that.
It's like him if they put him in one of those, you know, like when in kids shows where they have the kid like wear stilts and adult clothes where they're walking around. That's what he looked like, all lanky and shit.
Yeah, that's the style. That's what it used to be like. That's making a comeback. The baggy clothing. I guess about time, because, you know, if you're a dude wearing tight pants, that's not gonna help you reproduce later.
I think that's why the reason there's a lot of feminine men.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it's irreversible, but like for me, I'm already skinny, so I'm not. I don't need to. If I wear tight jeans, I'm just gonna look like a fag, and no thanks. I get the slim taper. They're not tight, and then they're baggy where they're supposed to be, and you get the best of both worlds. Sorry about that. I was being a bit crass. I will say though, there's a difference.
I was just gonna say that must be like a cool job. I mean, graveyard keeper.
It's been one of my dream jobs. I think that's probably subliminally why I wanted to like this movie before even watching it. You know how like you'll be looking for movies and you want to think, even if this movie sucks, I still want to like it. I went into it with that mindset.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, like, just from the cover alone, like you told me Cemetery Man, and I was like, all right, like that sounds pretty cool. And then I saw the cover, and I was like, all right, I'm totally in. Like, I'm gonna like this movie, and I'm right so far. Like, this is cool. This shot with the wet basement and all the skulls on the walls.
You can tell Rob Zombie was taking notes. He definitely saw this. He has he has a song called "Living Dead Girl," and that's actually the name of one of those Italian giallo films.
Yeah, he was probably watching all sorts of this stuff just for inspiration.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. I'm a zombie fan, like Rob Zombie fan. I like that he went to he Americanized it, because these, you know, have like, they still have that European foreign feel. Except when the boobs come out, it doesn't matter what fucking language it is.
I don't think I would question any like that at all either. I would just go with it.
But why is she kissing him like that with the garment over his face? She's wearing a veil because she's mourning, and maybe she feels like she wants to. Yeah, she doesn't want to do anything so soon, right? So it's like another layer away from the act. It's like, no, I'm not kissing you. I'm just kissing the fabric.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the hand what it was grabbing?
Yeah. Oh shit. That's like such a lost art of like ripping the actress's clothes off. He's snipping it. That's crazy. Like ripping her clothes off in a way that goes with the plot.
I wish I was that skeleton.
Right.
I was gonna say, like, I am paying for Shudder, and there's a little bit more color that's preserved. I'm looking at your stream. I don't know if it's just because you're streaming it, but the colors are more vintage. It looks good either way, though. I'm looking at it comparatively.
Yeah, there is also that like Discord has like it drops the quality if you don't pay for the fucking premium shit.
Oh, okay.
It could be that too, because like it does look different on like in the Discord window than it does on the actual stream.
Okay, so
It looks way more blue on the Discord window.
that's what it is. Now, if you pay attention, you could actually see some of the fish line that they use to move those blue orbs.
Oh, I love when that you can see that.
See, this movie is very basic in all the best ways. It has graveyards, it has beautiful women, it has guns, it has zombies. So it's like,
Yeah.
could you ask for anything more essential?
It's like I feel like this, like the whole plot of like I've been a graveyard keeper for a while now, but I don't know when it started or why it started. But now people are coming back from the dead on their 7th day after being dead.
Yeah,
it feels like the premise of like a creepypasta.
Except in this film, it treats it more like a black comedy. He's kind of indifferent about it. He's just like, oh, I guess that means I need to get a gun, you know? That's part of the job.
Instead of like freaking out about it, he's just like, oh, this, like you said, it's part of the job.
Okay, yeah, this is the part. You'll probably see it.
Yeah, I see it. I just
Yep.
saw it for a second, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Igneous. It's Ignitus.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, it's
Ignitus.
it's a high school band from
This is cool too, is like, all that stuff would be done in like post-production now. It's like, they're actually surrounded by like flaming balls right now. I like how he just says like, don't worry about that, like, and then explains what it, or like says what it is. Like we're supposed to know what it is.
Yeah, that does break the fourth wall a little bit, because it just when like your suspension of disbelief might be taken aback by seeing the fish line, it's just like, don't worry, it's just there to look pretty, you know.
He's watching through the window. I forgot his name already. Holy pepperonis.
Yeah, the areolas are. I'll say that much. The areolas are pepperonis. The big ones.
Nothing wrong with that.
A good woman
Nothing
has
wrong
to
with
has to have the good pepperonis. Yeah, that's gonna. Coincidentally, I guess that's waking up her deceased husband, or it's already the 7th day.
So I was just thinking, I'm like, is it day 7 already? But I guess yeah, time has passed.
Yeah, they really don't make, movies like this anymore. If they do, it's really hard to find them. Because, the whole thing with feminism, they wanted to get away from the male fantasy. Alright, so obviously two dudes watching this, and then we could both agree that if we were cemetery caretaker, we would like something like this to happen. This would be pretty fucking ideal, you know.
Yeah. Nagi, the gun! Did the zombie talk? He said, that's life.
Yeah, famous last words.
Yeah, but now it's like, oh, you can't objectify the women. It's like, yeah, that's not entirely what was happening, though, was it? They were willingly, like, you're kind of removing their autonomy. It's like, if they want to be naked in a movie, they can be naked in a movie.
Yeah, there's hypocrisy to it, because part of the female allure is that they're just objectively pleasing to look at. And so if you glorify that, so be it. I mean, in this case, like, there's a balance because the dude's naked too. So it's something for the guys to pay attention to, something for the ladies to pause if they care enough to. But you know what? I'm glad they haven't made shit like they haven't kept up with the male fantasy as strongly, because then it gives people a reason to go back and dig for hidden gems like this. No pun intended.
I have been jump scared a bunch of times, man. I was watching a TV show and then all of a sudden there's just a dick on the screen. And I'm like, oh, okay.
A jump
That's
dick.
okay in TV now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen those shows. No, seriously, I haven't. Not that I really care to, but
I think there's some with like Walton Goggins in it. I think there's like the Righteous Gemstones. It's a good one.
I have
And
no
I think
idea.
like he comes out on the screen and he's just butt naked.
Games of Thrones.
I haven't even seen anything of Games of Thrones. I haven't even read the books. I don't know nothing about Game of Thrones.
What did I say? Games of Thrones or game?
Games of Thrones.
What the fuck? I haven't seen it either. So I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna start calling it that because it pisses people off.
So yeah, say Games of Thrones.
When I tell people I haven't seen Star Wars, I say, yeah, I've never seen Stars War.
I know she's dead, but how did it happen?
The Stars War.
Her husband.
My boy.
Oh,
It is interesting.
Wait, why
that
did he
says,
just announce that he's impotent?
Because all right, so it showed him performing fellatio, or suggesting that like he wasn't like penetrating her. So I guess there's something going on there. I didn't read too much into it, but I think later on though there's another lurid scene where it contradicts what he's saying. So I just feel like he's being self-deprecating.
Right.
I'm impotent.
You need to take a pause.
No, I was just saying, what were you saying before I interrupted?
I thought I finished what I was saying.
No, I don't know. I started saying, why did he say he's impotent and over you?
Oh, I thought you heard what I said. I think he's just being self-deprecating because there was that scene where it suggests him performing fellatio on her and not giving in a different way. But then later on, I believe, because I only saw this once, that it does show him achieving a different form of affection, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you were open to watching this, because I was okay with this just being like a film that I'm the only person who likes, because it ticks all the boxes for me. It has the gothic romance, it has because well, to elaborate, what makes it more of a gothic romance is that she comes back from the dead. And there's something actually that's interesting about what we just saw, where he shoots her in the head. I don't want to spoil anything.
It looked like he actually shot her, like in real life. Like he shot and like missed on purpose, and it like grazed her head.
Yeah, these older films did have a way of, I don't know if it's the frame rate, but as you would know, most films are shot 24 frames per second, and that helps make it, certain things seem more believable. Because if you were to take this and make it like a high frame rate, it would make it seem less realistic in a weird way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean.
It like catches too many actions, and it feels like too real that it seems fake.
Yeah, the soap opera effect.
I like this guy. Look at this shit. The guy in like the FBI vest, the UCB.
Wait, I didn't see it. Oh, is that
he just comes into frame and walks by. He's just weird looking, and then points.
I think he belongs in Smallwood.
He does look like a small Woodian.
That could be interpreted in two ways. The Smallwood.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I always heard that.
Just to give you a heads up, this is where the film starts to get really outside of itself.
Good. That was good.
Nobody asked for anything like that. I think they needed to make sure people weren't falling asleep like during the movie. They probably did some like testing. You know how they do with the movies? They show like a version of the movie before it's finished. And they'll be like, oh yeah, we just need this guy like vomiting on the girl. Just like what the fuck? Why?
Right, and it was like a close zoom in of his face, all puffed out. It just blows chunks right on the camera.
But believe it or not, actually, it does serve a vital function for, I guess, accelerating the plot. Because, Nagi. It is fun to say. Yeah, because we're seeing more of the perspective of, the main protagonist, but there's a certain dynamic that is cliched. Usually, do you know Don Quixote? Don Quixote was, like the delusional knight errant. And he had like
he had the honcho.
Like an invalid,
honcho.
like who it serves as a contrast. Like there's someone even stupider than like the stupidity of like the that's a trademark Don Quixote or whatever. That's where that I'm not saying it with the proper accent, but I'm saying it like
Don Quixote.
Yeah, that there's that dynamic in this.
Yeah, so I would have never put that together. It almost sounds like he's saying doggy. He's like, come on, doggy.
I think that was part of the subtext. But yeah, like all the different dynamics, like even the characterization, like what it comes down to is, do these characters have interesting names that feel contextually appropriate? Like he wouldn't have any other name but Nagi. Like it's so fitting. Fucking
I definitely
electric
did not
guitar.
expect.
They wanted Van Halen, but they got like Timu Halen for the.
Right. What was that sound check? That sounds like when you miss a note in Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Ow, that hurt my chest. I laughed. Yeah, can we get a slow-mo replay? That required a lot of logical reasoning to fit together. All the scenes. They definitely spent like 3 days at least drawing up a picture board of how they were going to make all that. So I mean, like, that they would have to cut it up, and film different parts of it separately.
They film like the eyeball. They gotta film the fucking guy sliding on there on the bike.
But yeah, no, I can still appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah, I watch a lot of that dead meat kill count thing, and he goes a lot into like the practical effects that they used and stuff. And that stuff is so interesting.
Like, my girlfriend doesn't like some of these older movies because they're too practical. Like, the practical effects look cheap, or it looks like not as potentially realistic because, as they were piecing together like that motorcycle scene, you could tell like some of it was slowed down and they had to like try to speed it up to make it look, and stuff like that. But I still like seeing these older movies, not pretend to be like, I don't know, it makes it less pretentious in a way.
Yeah, it's like, I know I'm watching a movie. You don't need to make it like use CGI. Oh, is that like the Reaper? You don't need to use CGI to make me like think it's real. You know what I mean? Like I'm totally fine with like I actually think it's more impressive when somebody's able to pull off smushing a head under a car like that and have it like do it physically rather than just edit it in post and then it's just like, all right. Sometimes they make it so real that I'm uncomfortable watching it. Especially like found footage films, they go like, well, a lot of the found footage too though is like practical, and they go really heavy on the makeup and shit, and like that's always so cool, the horror makeup, like the.
Well, that's right. What is it? The VHS series, I think, was probably doing a hybrid of sorts. I think they would, you know, I'm taking a guess here that it was a combination of practical and then digital.
Yeah, I think it's the final clip on the first movie where they go into like they're going to like the haunted house party, and that's I know they use a lot of CGI in that. There's like the hands coming out of the walls and shit like that.
Damn, I'd have to rewatch it because I don't remember it as much. I'll take your word on it though.
It's like a Halloween party they're going to, and they find like the girl up in the attic. And there's like a bunch of dudes around her fucking doing like a ritual, and they like save her and get her out of the house, and while they're running out there's like hands grabbing at them and wall and furniture floating and shit like that. And then they finally they're like driving down the road with her, and she like stops the car on train tracks and the train comes.
I think I owe it to myself to rewatch the first VHS. I remember
That can be the next episode.
Yeah. No, I have no objections to that because I remember first trying to do YouTube videos and stuff, and I was doing these really cringe videos. Some of it might have been okay, but I wasn't ready yet to be doing production.
I do remember your fucking VHS 2 video. I always showed people that stuff, that fucking video. It had like the Jackass music on it.
Oh, why did you have to show people?
I would show people and be like, you should check this movie out. They'd be like, what the fuck?
Damn you. That's what I get though. I need to do better anyway.
No, it was fine. I thought it was good.
I need a redo. I'll redo it by making these podcasts.
Are they all coming back now? Is Boy Scout?
I don't even know about...
The Boy Scouts died on the bus. That's right, okay. That makes sense.
A lot of fucking people died. I thought it was just the bikers, but then, no.
That makes sense to me now, because I was like, why are they singing like a Boy Scout song?
You know what? I didn't even think of that the first time I was watching the movie. I was just like, oh, they wanted to be quirky and just add Boy Scouts. But hey, here's something you don't see also. You don't see like that in films where they show, kids being involved in this subject matter. And then you see it and you're just like, well, they're zombie kids. So that doesn't make it as bad.
I remember I watched the show Z Nation. In the first episode, it's like zombie apocalypse type thing. They go to like a firehouse and there's a zombie baby, like an infant that's crawling around and shit. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen like a dead baby in a TV show, like physically seen it. I'm sure they've like spoken about dead babies, but seeing like a baby corpse reanimated is wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think if I've seen anything like that, it wasn't like it was trying to show a baby exactly. It was just showing like a monstrosity that was deformed, and it was like a human that wasn't fully grown, so not necessarily an infant, but like a subhuman. Oh, what was it? No, I don't know. The Terrifier films gained a lot of popularity, and with the third Terrifier, they wanted to shock audiences by having kids in like the opening scene. I don't know if you saw Terrifier 3,
I didn't see the third one. I saw the first two. Someone told me it was like Christmas themed, and I was like, oh, I'll wait to watch that.
Well, if I have any credibility, if you like this movie, you'll like Terrifier 3.
I did like the first two. I mean, I do want to watch it. I don't know when I want to watch it. You know.
I put it on for Christmas when I went to visit my relatives, and this scene. Hold on, I'm gonna stop myself. This was probably like my favorite shot. Like
wow. Yeah, this is cool.
And just like the, they have like the the music is just so. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Like, it sounds like a Knight Rider, or like
sounds like some Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Or like
Oh
like
wait,
Rush.
oh yeah.
This is badass. Wait, whoa. Oh, I'm like, is that like his, like the top half of his jaw, and that's all that's left? But no, it looked like there was like teeth in his brains.
I don't know if you saw it, but she was looking a little bit like Mrs. Kennedy there. No, yeah, I'm telling you, if you rewind, because we're talking about that. She was doing the JFK wife pose.
Yeah. I love to see the zombies have like sentience too, like retain a little bit of their humanity. And this motherfucker's riding a motorcycle.
Yeah, like I said, people, glorify Evil Dead. They talk about the Night of the Living Dead and the Romero films, right? But how come this isn't brought up in the same vein? Because this is, just as good, if not better, than those movies. And actually, I like this movie more than like those movies, because people don't know how good this movie is. I was just like, yeah, okay, great, Evil Dead, that's been milked. They fucking, oh man, are you still there, or did you?
Yeah, I'm here.
They came out with a newer version of the Evil Dead, and all of the characters in it, like, nothing against the wokeness that was happening, but like, they just picked really bad people, like bad actors. I think I was talking to you or messaging you once. I was saying like okay, if you're gonna have the woke agenda, like, it's still possible for you to pick like, bad like representations of that, and it's just it was just so obvious that it was so forced. Like, it felt almost corporate in a way. I don't know, I didn't like it.
Yeah, they're doing that with a lot of stuff now. I feel like they're trying to like bring in this new era of actors and actresses, and it's like, I mean, I guess you kind of got to. Like, you kind of have like, everyone's gonna stay attached to their Jim Carrey and fucking all these other people, but now you gotta bring in new blood to having the new movies for the next 50 years, and they're gonna force those people on you no matter what.
That's a good point. Now imagine we're here, we're saying, oh, that movie was fucking bullshit because it just felt so forced with the representation, but then watch that become a cult classic, and it's just like, look how bad this movie was. So I understand, I can see both sides of it, but when you're talking now about Evil Dead, that's already been a cult classic, that's become like a non-cult classic with how popular it is now. It's just maybe they should have left that alone. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like now someone's first experience is going to be the new one, and they're going to say, that sucked, I'm not going to watch the rest of them.
And well, then, yeah, that could ruin, the appeal that made the original a cult classic. There was even that game that came out not too long ago, and it was pretty cool. I picked it up at Walmart for $10. The online Evil Dead game. Yeah, the Evil Dead franchise wasn't known for having the best games, but that one was pretty interesting. I didn't play it too much. I played more of the Texas Chainsaw online game.
I didn't know either of them even existed.
I'm surprised though you haven't played Texas Chainsaw Online. That isn't the same anymore. The people who made the Friday the 13th online game, yeah, he just rips her. he, you had a chance to preserve her whole body, and he just rips off her head. That's amazing how you take something that had an abjectness to it, and then it becomes almost endearing. You know,
Right.
it was like, that was ridiculous, but then now in this context, it's like, well, that adds an element of romance that only would make sense in this kind of discourse. Shout out Nochi or whatever his name is.
How is she moving?
Nagi!
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, damn, she sped up too at the end.
How are
Nagi.
they doing that? Like, it doesn't even look like it's like a... Is it like a string attached to his leg or something? Oh no, I see the string above it. Okay. I'm like, how are they making it walk across the floor like that? Because that looks too smooth. It's like something I don't like about newer movies is like all the darkness. But like in these older movies, it's kind of just like atmosphere. In newer movies, they do it for atmosphere though. And like they do it on purpose and they make it too dark to the point where it's like 15 minutes of just like straight up black screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even
It's like
You threw up on
here
me.
they have it as like like shadow accents, and like what you're meant to see you can still see.
yeah, mind you, this is shot SDR standard definition. The problem, similar to
Take advantage.
needing to have like a surround sound system to hear the dialogue. It's like you need a HDR OLED that has a peak brightness of at least 1200 to see what was intended by the director or whatever. But in these newer TVs, they use AI to enhance that. It's like, to get rid of that black crush, because not everyone has a, super high-end TV where you could see those, really soft highlights that get lost with the HDR.
So like it's like not a lot of movies do it, but like enough do it where like I'd want to say something about it to where like it's like I came to see a movie, not a black screen. Like I know you're saying sometimes that like there will be some sort of stuff you're supposed to see, but some of the times the characters will just turn the lights out or be in the dark and you can't see anything.
Yeah, and then the other question, are you in a dark room with the lights off and shit, but, if you were watching this movie in a brightly lit living room in the middle of the day with a glare on the screen, you'd still be able to, well, you know what I'm saying. You said it already. Oh, yeah, this is... You sent me a screenshot, and I forgot about this. We're getting to that screenshot moment with the Grim
cool.
Reaper Wicker Man.
Yeah, that's what the cover was like before I even hit play at all. I like started playing it to see if it would actually play. But before I hit play, it was showing that skeleton picture. I was like, this shit looks badass.
Well, it wasn't clickbait, because there was way more to the movie that it justifies it. Sometimes you see like that one iconic scene, then you're watching the movie and that's all it was in the movie, that one scene. But this movie, this I'm gonna go and buy like the 4K like restoration of this film. I'm pretty sure there has to be one. I haven't looked. This is worthy of that.
Yeah, I'd say this is like really good. Like I would definitely own a physical copy of this.
Yeah, listen to what she says here. This is revealing. Well, I think
I
it's
love
here.
the fucking like the character makeup too, like all the twigs and shit and leaves all fucking done up in her.
Yep, very druidic.
He's into it. He's like, oh, I don't care. She's fucking scratching me up.
See, you could watch this movie with the homies, but it also is a really good date night film. You put you want to impress the goth baddie. If she doesn't like this movie,
Yeah.
she's not a goth girl.
For real.
Okay, so she doesn't say it here, but she does have a line. I'm not gonna spoil it, but we're getting to that reveal. Yeah, she was. That was it. That part where you're like, it really looked like he shot her.
No, I meant like it wasn't like makeup or anything. It looks like he actually shot her in real life.
But that scene, you know, she wasn't actually dead. He killed her. That's what he meant. Like, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but
Yeah, because she's not all zombified at that point. She comes back and she blows the veil at him, and he can't see that she's not zombified.
yeah, he pretty much like was just doing his job, quote unquote. If the logic there is, she's like, oh, therefore you're an engineer because you're the caretaker of the cemetery. I don't get it. I don't follow, but
I'm not an engineer.
I gotta think more about that.
Well, of course I am.
What a cutie.
Okay, you don't have to hiss at me. The cat just rolled up and she's like sniffing at the microphone.
Oh, I thought it was Will Kiesler. The Kiesler elf.
That's fucking funny.
I haven't seen him in a while. Last time I saw him, I was like, yo, let's play some Magic the Gathering sometime. He's like, sure. I never heard from him again.
I associate him with Smallwood because I'd go and I'd hang out with him. Oh, here's a Wicker Man Reaper.
Killing the dead,
Yeah, great advice.
That's
their mind,
That totally makes
That's a
sense. I'm,
crazy
the dead coming back to life.
yeah, it's the living that's a problem. You know, what a pest.
Shoot them in the
Right.
head. Are you listening
But-
to me?
Is that Pump
Obvious-
Up the Jams?
Italian disco.
That's definitely where Pump Up the Jams got the sample from, though. I like how he's just nonchalant about it.
Hello?
I was dating this girl that liked Italian disco. I'm just thinking, she probably, her father or something probably watched movies like this and then she heard it in the background. Kind of based. Hey, not all exes are bad. Sometimes you have to remember your little quirky stuff
Daily grind.
like that.
You got the daily grind.
Yeah, it's just 20 years.
In your life.
Like,
TMR and
too long to know somebody intimately.
20 years? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I just said, like, the person I was talking about before. I've
In the
known them
movie?
for 20 years. No,
Oh.
on the text messages.
Oh, the out of context material, yeah.
Who knows if the rest of the world even exists?
They went hard with the fucking phone book flipping like that. If you ever seen the film Taxi Driver, I think. You know that one?
I just know that scene. That's the one with like De Niro, right? And he's like, "You talking to me? You talking to me?"
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I've ever seen from that. I've only seen that clip. I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, so what if I were to tell you there's a horror movie about zombies and shit that has a similar... Oh, you liked Taxi Driver, but what about The Graveyard? Cemetery Man. They're borrowing a lot of, like, really good elements that you wouldn't quite think would end up in a horror movie. But this, at the same time, it's a black comedy, because it's not scary horror. It's a horror comedy of sorts.
Nagu.
Some fucking maniac. Alright, we're back in sync. Did you ever end up getting beers? Or no?
No, they're in the kitchen. I'm gonna go grab them real quick. It was all sticky, so I had to rinse it, and then I had to pee.
Yeah, once you're up, like, then you end up thinking, shit, I might as well take a piss while I can. Oh.
No, it happened. I think why it was out of sync before is because mine froze for a second, and it's doing it again now.
I'm just looking at that picture of, Jackie Kennedy. she's
I
so
love how like the hair comes and makes a little goatee. It's crazy.
she's so fugly that it's cute.
Yeah.
Minxie.
I like it. You kind of gotta like look for a while and then you can see it. It's like one of those magic eye pictures.
One of those what pictures?
The magic eye.
Magic. Oh, I thought you were saying magic guy. Like,
Oh,
who's the magic guy?
104.
It was like 104.
That's what's good about these sites too. Is it's just like, oh, this one's not working. There's like 30 others that will work.
I like with this movie though that even though they make what is his name, Nagi, right? They make him Nagi a retard. No offense. He's like a magical retard, if you will. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's
I totally get what
necessary.
you're saying. It's like because it makes Francesco look like more competent, even though he's just a regular dude. Compared to Nagi, he's like
A genius.
Yeah.
Don Quixote. Basically, that's what that dynamic was supposed to be. What makes the movie black comedy is that all of the characters are kind of in on it. They know how ridiculous the movie is. Like the politician. I don't think any sane politician would actually vouch for that kind of campaign. But in this, in this universe, why the hell not?
right. Like
His react. What's the meaning of this? He shrugs and lights a cigarette like that. It is
that's
borderline
perfect.
Gonzo. Like there's Gonzo.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is.
Please.
I figured it out. It's a Gonzo horror film.
Just have him come right out, will you?
That's why it's fucking brilliant. Like they all they all know to call him engineer, and like you're given an explanation, and the explanation's a non sequitur, and it's just like, all right, well, it just sounds cool. It's engineer. He looks like maybe that's what he should have been, but then he ended up as like a graveyard caretaker.
Animated severed head is reminding me of a show called Danger 5.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's like a parody of like 70s spy TV shows, and it's like super low budget with like there's like someone will jump out of a plane and it's just like a Barbie doll, like kind of low budget.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, speaking of jumping out.
Like it's like five. It follows like 5 spies, and one of them like dies halfway through the series, and the one dude that had like a crush on her goes crazy and starts carrying her head around. Now I'm thinking about it. She doesn't talk in that, but it's just like he's talking to the head. So it's kind of like this similar
Okay.
dynamic of those two.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I vaguely can think of that show. But as far as possessions go, there's another one. I was talking about maybe a year ago. I did a little YouTube video on idle hands. You remember the guy who cuts off his hand goes flying around and killing people?
Yeah.
That's a really
I watched that one too. I think.
that concept. That's a really good horror trope. Just like body parts that are separated that have a mind of its own, whether it's a hand or a flying head out of a broken TV.
Yeah, I love that shit.
The world's full of women, and they have bodies too.
Does it now? Delamore?
So the difference between love and death is one letter.
One letter?
Yeah, because he's saying his last name is Delamorte.
Delamore.
Saying
Oh,
his
okay.
His mother's name
yeah.
was Delamore.
I didn't pick up on that. Okay, that's why I'm counting on you to make sense. Well, you can't outsmart the cemetery man.
The Cemetery Man. There's a bunch of scenes I've seen so far that I want to go back and watch again and screen cap them just for like still images.
Oh yeah, like the boobage.
Yeah, that too. Just cool, like the shots of like the basement earlier where they walk in with the water on the floor.
Yeah, that's an iconic scene. Like you seeing it blind, like you already know what really stands out. Like they really wanted to make that scene iconic, and I think they succeeded for sure. You have this guy who's pretty much trying to admit that he's like, yeah, I was the one who killed those people, and then everyone's like, no, it wasn't you, it was Nagi, no, it wasn't you. You have a doppelganger out there who his alibi, yeah,
He was on the phone.
and then that woman. This movie is so subliminal. That woman keeps appearing in different forms, like the one that he first met. Now, like he sees her again in a different context. Oh, we know you don't care about the name. You care about the manifestation. Because he's seeing her, the one he lost, but he never really. Will you see? You will see her again. Here she is.
She's coming to get you.
Coming to get you, Barbara.
I said that to somebody the other day, and they were like, "What are you talking about? Who's Barbara?"
Gotcha, Barbara.
I was like, "I don't even want to be talking to you."
Yeah, the Kennedy dump truck. What? I keep saying dump truck. Kennedy.
You said before it was funny. You said dumpster truck.
I needed autocorrect on and it didn't work. Those are the words he wants to hear. Like, what a coincidence, you know, I met someone just like you, and it was love at first sight, and now it's love at second sight.
And then I killed her, and it's been haunting me ever since, and now you're here, you're back.
Yeah, like, that would be such an ideal solution, you know, fuck the ghost story, like, just give me, like, her reincarnated. Oh, how convenient. You read my mind. It's so blunt. Okay, yeah, we know what impotent means, but now she spells it out. She's like, oh, I have a phobia of the manhood part of it.
So strange.
There's I feel like maybe there's sort of an homage to The Sun Also Rises by Ernest is it
Hemingway?
Hemingway? Yeah, Hemingway. He has a book about an impotent guy who falls in love with a dyke. That was The Sun Also Rises. So maybe they're borrowing from that. They're borrowing from Taxi Driver, Evil Dead. Someone's extracting all like the cool shit and putting it into one movie. My boy.
I think this microphone doesn't have like a mute button that I can press to just blanket mute everything for a second.
Why you need to fart?
Well, no, I just wanted to hit my pipe and I don't want to choke in the...
What are you doing? Get down from there.
Yeah, you might as well. I'll add an echo to it. Yeah, you picked a great time to light up.
Setting a good example now. Will you get back to your comment immediately? You can't stop. Talk to me. Remember?
Okay.
Get down or I'll shoot. You can't. I'm the mayor.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask what you're drinking. I had like one shot of brandy left, so I took
Italian
that.
beer for
so
Italian movie. This is Italian, right?
It's Italian, French, and German. So it's a beautiful mutt.
Spread eagle. Over here, spread eagle. You guys about to shoot him up.
Yeah. The solution to all of this is just a big
Wait,
shot
was he
in the
lying
dick.
about being impotent, and now he's getting surgery to become impotent? He's chemically castrating
Like I
himself
was
pretty
saying.
much.
Yeah, isn't that what kind of bizarre genius was involved with the story telling?
Yeah, this is absurd
yeah.
for 1994.
It makes me not feel so bad about some of the fucking weird shit I tried to write during my like experimental author phase.
If you saved it, you can always revisit it.
I had this book called I wrote this black comedy called The Black Family, and it revolves around like a family, a Caucasian family. They're not black because it's misleading. It's called The Black Family, and it's about a white family. And it's like a Caucasian vegan family, and their daughter has like incontinence. She's like always wetting herself.
That's true.
It's just like
They're all
it was like,
vegans.
what were you?
What are you doing? Turning over?
And then he ends up finding out his wife cheats on him by he was looking at porn one day, and then he sees like a video of her on Pornhub of her with like the school principal. Fucking ridiculous. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I'd like to.
It's just
see that. That's funny. That looks like the AI text.
Well, I gotta I must be AI. I'm sent from the future.
Just the second word there, scenario. There's so many like vertical lines in the fucking letters, so it looks like it all blends together.
We were talking about two different things. I thought you meant the book that I wrote.
No. No. I'd like to see that.
Well, it wasn't. It was a novella, not a book. You're watching a different subtitle rendition. It didn't have that for mine.
This?
Not on Shudder.
Like the gravestone.
Oh, you're fucking right. I thought I'm an idiot. Now I see. Oh, yeah. The way it's all blending together. Yeah, that's what's so crazy. You know what? When I was watching it the first time, I actually thought the same thing. Now that you mentioned it, I that slipped by me. I see it now. Okay.
That's like the advent of AI makes me want to like go back and watch a ton of movies and be like, oh, that looks like AI and that looks like AI.
I think it's because AI doesn't judge content, so it'll be fed low quality content. Like maybe it'll be like a screen grab from an old film, and it'll try to make out, the words, but it can only do it to the extent of the quality of what's supplied. So. So for example, if you took like a screenshot of that tombstone with the text and you fed that to AI and tried to incorporate it, AI would have a learning model that would extract that.
Yeah, it might look
font.
at the O's and think they're C's. So anytime it sees an O later, it's gonna be like, oh, that's a C. That's what's crazy too about AI is like the big language models are being trained on like subsets of data. But you could take like one of the dumber AIs and not have it fed any data and just feed it the specific data you want to feed it and have it compile that. Which,
I know.
That's just crazy to think.
Yeah, I think they've had to do that with the porn AI because before there would be like a filter that wouldn't allow that content, but those are the models that are more open source that people could use now to make uncensored, and so you have to retrain those models, and you can do so. You could do that on your own when you're using a website that other people use.
Yeah, I've seen tons.
Like you use like you pay $10 to buy credits and use a website. You're getting what everyone else is also feeding into it. So it's like there's someone who probably rendered someone and then they get me instead of what they were hoping for, and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? It's like, oh, is this some other jackass who was using the
That'd be the funniest fucking thing to like hack some AI generation thing and then just like have it be like, no matter what anybody prompts, always put me in the picture somewhere. Just pop up. That would be a crazy fucking like horror movie premise. Like somebody's generating images on AI for fun, just being like a rubber duck that's blue with a red top hat on, and then they start seeing like a demon in the picture that keeps getting closer and closer. There was that Loeb woman. There was like some AI data scientist or some shit who was generating on the really old AI models that generated like cursed landscapes and shit like that, like hellscapes. And there was a woman that like, or like a word popped up, and then she used that word to generate images, and it started popping up this picture of a woman with like these fucked up looking faces and shit. It's unsettling, really.
Yeah, I have some of those old AI pictures saved, like trying to do lewd content. And then, like, the woman comes out looking like
has like a centipede.
Undead.
There's like 3 extra arms.
And it's like, well, at least she got the ass and tits. And she just has like 3 arms and like a nose that doesn't
It's just
belong
got
on
like
a human being.
like a ball sack.
Oh no. Maybe yours. Mine just had a cleft lip.
Sometimes they'd show up, they'd have like dog dicks and shit. It was like, what the
I don't know. You were using some other shit. Oh, but by the way, look who came back. I mean, as a viewer, I don't mind seeing her come up again. It's always a spicy moment with her. Yeah, this guy is a fucking idiot. He's like, I guess I'll make myself impotent, but like with his dumb luck, I guess I don't think your medication is working. So it's like that would suck if his medication worked. Like that would be such a wasted opportunity. I mean, look at those pepperonis.
Right. God, I love a good pizza. Yo, that's the AI woman right there, in the Pink Floyd poster. That's low.
Hold on. Oh, you're not wrong. It just makes sense to me that those accidents happen because it's sampling like poor quality image information.
Like the low resolutions, it's reading the pixels, the bigger pixels as smaller parts. It's almost Picasso-like, honestly.
It's an art of its own. You gotta
She's
warm
gonna
up.
catch on fire. Like already. Literally the next scene.
Have some toasty buns for the campfire. Everyone
I love
cooks.
that. He was like pining after her.
Everyone wants the hot dogs cooked, but you gotta toast up the buns also.
Oh, that's a cool effect. As he lights the cigarette, the fucking flames. Oh, that was so cool.
This film doesn't miss. There's like no misses in this film. They even had the little baby birds. It doesn't miss.
It's showing him like just being threatening. Like he's becoming like a monster towards the things that like can't defend themselves or whatever. Basically, he's like snipping at them with the shears, but really he's just trimming.
It foreshadows immediately the dialogue of him getting off it scot-free. But then he turns it around. He's like, no, like someone stole my That's so crazy. I mean, it keeps the film going. Because imagine that's the end of the film. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'll stop being like an asshole and killing people. I got my perfect alibi here.
Is the detective even there? Like with him? That's what I'm thinking. Is like it just seemed like he was just there and like a figment of his imagination.
Well, no, this appears to be quite factual. There is another guy who vaguely resembles him. There's a lot of parallelism in this film. Parallels of that woman reappearing, and now there's like a copy of him.
Yeah.
So, I swear, like this.
Is that not the guy from behind the counter from the beginning of the movie?
Kind of.
That's what I thought when I first seen him.
It's like a blend, though, in a way. It's like a combination. Very subliminal. Because it does, it makes you recall that. And now like, the gun violence, like, it's not meant to be taken seriously, you can't get too haughty-taughty about it, like, oh, look at the just like objectification of gun violence. It's like, we know how ridiculous this film is. Relax.
I feel like it's almost like satirizing like the movies taking themselves too seriously.
Yeah, the movie is turning in on itself. It's meta.
This is just like really good. the more I watch, I'm just like, wow. Like you said, why isn't this like ranked up there with Evil Dead? Stupid. He's like, I'm giving you a chance to get away, and she's just like,
it does simplify things when you think about it logically. Kurt Vonnegut?
Yeah.
He has a famous quote saying, like, if you're gonna write anything interesting, you need to be a sadist. Like, don't be afraid to kill off characters for the sake of it.
Yeah. That's so true. That really just like put a lot of shit in perspective about like.
You want to finish a character arc, just kill him.
That's why I'm like loving that From show. They're not afraid to kill anybody.
And it's
you never know
usually-
who's gonna be next.
That's turned into a trope where, like, be careful liking any characters in whatever you watch, because they could just end up dead. And I tell my girlfriend that I'm like, I watch stuff and I never form too much of an attachment because they're probably gonna die.
I don't know. I do like to form attachments to characters, and almost sometimes their deaths feel like justified, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean?
Perhaps. I haven't been real deep into watching stuff. I'm getting back into that phase now. This movie did it for me. It made me rediscover my love for cinema.
Yeah, I'm glad you agreed to do this too, because like, I don't know, a lot of the time I'll be trying to talk about this stuff, and people are like, yeah, shut up, I'm trying to watch the movie.
In this day of age, you have to have a different teleological purpose. Like, the end result is, yeah, we're going to watch the movie, but we're going to try to do something we wouldn't be able to do 10 or 20 years ago. You know, it's like, if you could record yourself talking and commentating on it, why the hell not? It makes it more engaging. And then if you want to watch the movie again on your own, then you can always do that, if it's a good enough movie.
Yeah, like, I'm definitely going to watch this again.
Yeah, I wonder if Joe Bob Briggs covered this movie. I'm going to go check. I could just watch this movie on repeat. It's a comfort food.
That's something I never caught when it was on. It was Monster Vision.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He's you hear that? You hear that music?
Yeah.
Here's a weird little fact about it. I don't know if it's mentioned anywhere in like the trivia for this movie. There's an album called My Life in the Bush of Ghosts by Brian Eno and David Byrd or something. But there's a song called
Yeah, David Byrne from Talking Heads.
Yeah, and if you listen to that song, it's like this like political radio sounding gibberish, like but
Right.
you hear that in this, and I'm like, that's not from that album.
Yeah. I wonder if that was like a sample CD that was going around for like filmmakers and shit at the time. I know that was a big thing during the 90s for like DJs and stuff, or even video game producers. I saw the drummer from The Police. He did all the music for the Spyro games, or at least the first 3. He's like, yeah, a bunch of this stuff I just pulled off of a demo CD. Like, it was just a CD full of like one-shots and like long loops of shit.
I had no fucking
I wonder
idea.
if those made the rounds to like, yeah.
I almost want to fact check that, because that's too uncanny. That drummer doing Spyro.
Stuart Copeland is his name. He did the Spyro soundtracks. I looked it up one day. I was like, what the fuck?
So now we're solidifying the ending here, that if there was any hope of escaping the kind of loop that they're in, there's no exit. It's just...
I didn't even like put together that they were in a loop. It was like you were kind of like hinting at it, that they're like the same people. Like, he's in the hospital bed, and now that makes so much sense.
Yeah, because it makes you think now, when we saw, going with the linearity of the film, the first time he sees that woman, that wasn't the first time. He had seen different incarnations of her. And then, even with the theme of the zombies coming back every 7 days.
It even puts maybe like Nagi is this is all actually in Nagi's head, and he's envisioning himself as him in the uppermost layer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really rich interpretation. I didn't even think of that, but I can understand that. You heard there was that poem, and he's like, without beginning, without end. So that also solidifies that cycle, the kind of regress that they're in. But there must be a reason though why there's that dualism, the quixotic dualism, quixotic, quixotic. He can't die either. Both of them are like a balancing force to this, for everything to be coherent within the regress. And look, they keep throwing away the gun, but it keeps coming back. That's like the 3rd or 4th time.
I love this fake snow.
Yeah, the foam. That's what we get down in Florida. Yeah. Can you take me home? Yeah. Kind of like the Russian nyat.
Holy shit.
and then it shows them in a snow
And then the
globe.
snow globe. What the fuck?
So we're
That's even crazier.
where it ends, it begins.
You know what's really crazy is I saw like there's like a ton of, I mean, not like direct parallels, but like there's a lot of definite inspiration from this for From.
Yeah, that was that show that got me interested in considering TV programs. I mean, modern as we have it now with the, because now you don't have to wait a week to catch the next episode. You could just have all the episodes at once and binge watch it. I think that would be that show. I think was probably one of the better recommendations you've had. That show, From. It's just called From.
Yeah. Did you watch it yet?
No, but I didn't forget about it.
But like that and the show Dark. Dark is in German. It's 3 seasons. Like all 3 seasons were written ahead of time, and it's kind of like time loopy. It's a crazy good story.
I would go with watching From first because it's not auto dubbed in English, right? Because I did know about Dark because I'd see it and I'd want to watch it, but I'm like, oh, I'm listening to the English and their lips are moving differently, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about dubs either.
Not to sound like a dick, but when I see that, it makes me think, let me try to find something else first that's just like auto synced in English, like that's actually English, because if I can find that, then I'll watch that instead of this show. And that's what ended up happening. I'd find something else to watch. I mean, I guess I could put that on my list of shows that would be worth watching, like for real. Castle is another show I always wanted to watch. There was this one my girlfriend was into, and I see her watching stuff sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I think that would be something. The Fall of the House of Usher, that's on my list. I'll add From.
It's got Nathan Fillion in it. He's just such a good actor.
Well, let's see. Any final thoughts before? Did you already stop recording? Yeah, this is pretty easy to do. Like just having a movie on and talking over it, and it can be hit or miss because you could always go back and clip stuff or omit or condense. Because what I'm thinking of doing is I'll end up watching it again. I'll record the backdrop of the movie, but then I'll keep that running at a low volume so that as the podcast is going, we're talking over it, but then you hear like the movie playing in the background at least. Because there's podcasts, that commentate on the film, but you don't hear the film. I think that would make it more listenable too, because then people could, it's kind of like an audiobook, kind of hear like the movie too here and there. Can you think of an alternate rating system? Because I think chainsaws are used.
We'll have to come up with something.
It could be like, all right, this is the whole body, and it includes the ass and tits. If it's a bad movie, it's like this has no ass to it.
This is a paraplegic
It has
movie.
tits but no ass.
No arms.
That's actually really good.
We'll just use the entire body and we'll cut off a body part if it's like a star less.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, this was almost like a Pitch Perfect film. It's just like, it was the beautiful woman, but she was bald.
It's like Jackie Kennedy but bald.
And no, she has braces. Like, oh, fuck.
Bald with braces and big gold hoop earrings.
Oh, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's just a beautiful Italian woman with everything attached, and she isn't dead yet.
Yeah, it's 2 pepperoni nipples out of 2.
Nothing amiss with those. There was no pepperonis missing from the pizza.
Supreme pizza, all the toppings.
There's even a little sausage here and there.
That's like those are the kind of movies I look for, where but the ones I always watch are really, cheesy, low budget, fucking gore for the sake of gore.
But that felt like really well put together.
Yeah, I mean that was a movie of movies because you got those two main themes of life and death, right? And any proper horror film should psychologically touch on that, hopefully. And then, well, it's just a bonus if you could sneak in boobs and bush and sausage for people that like sausage on their pizza.
They like the meat lovers pizza.
Well, anyway,